Good morning. You're watching NewsX with me, Riya Dwivedi. Now let's begin with some breaking news coming in. A ceasefire has been agreed between Israel and Hezbollah in Lebanon after days of intense escalation that threatened wider regional stability. And the fighting had raised concerns over the collapse of an interim understanding aimed at de-escalating tensions linked to the Iran conflict and pushing the Middle East towards a broader peace framework. Now joining me on the telecast is my colleague Brian Thomas. Brian, in terms of this ceasefire, is it actually holding or are there still continued attacks that are taking place?
Yeah, clearly, as of now, Israel and Hezbollah have agreed to a renewed ceasefire in Lebanon after a sharp escalation in the cross-border fighting threatened to derail the diplomatic efforts that is aimed at securing a broader and more lasting peace agreement in the Middle East. Yes, if we talk about the ceasefire, it is still in the very nascent stage and was brokered with the involvement of the US, Qatar, and regional stakeholders. Now, again, like you asked, yes, the latest flare-up saw intense exchanges also of fire between Israeli forces and Hezbollah militants, resulting in casualties on both sides, and even raising fears that the violence could even jeopardize the ongoing US-Iran talks. Very importantly, if we talk about this, especially the Hezbollah and the Israel, this ceasefire, it clearly, this both sides have come into effort, and it has seen as a key step forward the transforming the current temporary agreement into a wider regional peace framework. Not only that, what US officials have been stating, the ceasefire came into effect on Friday afternoon local time, although reports of isolated violations emerged shortly afterward, underlining the fragile nature of the truce. Israel has maintained that it retains the right to act against security threats, while Hezbollah has insisted that any long-term arrangement must address Israeli military activity in southern Lebanon. And very importantly, even U.S. envoy Steve Witkoff also is heading towards Switzerland for talks with Iranian officials. And diplomats hope that the ceasefire in Lebanon will help create momentum for a broader regional agreement that could reduce tensions across multiple fronts, including issues related to even now with Iran's nuclear program, the security in the Strait of Hormuz. And despite this breakthrough also, Ria, officials caution that the situation remains extremely highly volatile and that sustained diplomatic engagements will be required to prevent a return to full-scale hostilities. Yes.
All right, Brian, stay on with me.